grab your snacks, hide your showmance, ditch your reliance, and let's dive into the big brother drama with Kinda Unhinged. What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. I'm back with another Big Brother video, and we are on episode 4. Of course, after Julie introduces the live show and all that. We begin the episode right after the veto ceremony. This is right after Jimmy just tried to blow up Keanu's game, and Keanu humbled him. It made him look dumb. So Jimmy goes outside and he goes to lay down. He's still upset, like he's fuming. and but Keanu, strangely enough, is feeling a little different. So he goes to Vince and he's trying to get an understanding of what was actually said to him. Like, was Jimmy just considering putting me on the block, or was he gunning for me? Did he want me on the block? Because those are two different things. And then he decides, well, I'm just gonna go right to Jimmy and just talk to him and ask him. So he goes out there. Jimmy's still kind of up on the defense, like, what do you want type thing. And he's like, I just want to talk to you and get an understanding about what actually happened. Were you targeting me? Did you tell him to put me up, or were you just considering me? Because those are very different things. And Jimmy, he sees this as his opportunity to go ahead and weasel his way out of this situation. And he's like, yeah, I was just considering you. That's all. I didn't say we were considering everybody. And Keanu buys it and they make up. I can't believe how lucky Jimmy got in that situation, because I mean, I don't know. I don't know if Keanu just didn't want to have beef with anybody, but sir, you just gave him too much of an out. Like, too much of an out. But anyway, so they squashed their beef. So yeah, Jimmy's still gunning for Keanu, but as he put it, he's just going to be more under the radar about it. So, you know. And you know what? At this rate, I feel like Jimmy might be walking away with the money because he is scheming, scheming, scheming early, and I like it. Then we get this segment of Kelly. She's feeling unsure about being on the block. And it's like, what did I tell you the last episode, but you didn't listen? Why did you volunteer to go on the block? This is dumb. I guess the reality is now setting in that pawns go home. You have nobody to blame but yourself, Kelly. You gotta think. So Vince was like, how much of that crying was acting and how much of it was real? And she's like, well, a lot of it was real. Like, what? What are you crying about? You put yourself in that position. He would have put somebody else up. You guys are final two. You didn't have to go up. You wanted to go up. Now you want to cry. So Vince wants Amy out, obviously. But he's starting to get worried because of how close Amy and Rachel are. And Rachel's out here campaigning for Amy. So he knows that's going to be hard to get the votes over Rachel getting the votes for Amy. And then we see a new alliance form between Will, Zay, Riley, Zach, and Vince. And they call themselves the Burger Boys. And honestly, I think this is a pretty good alliance. I think they've got a lot of different abilities and skills. So it'll be interesting to see how far this alliance will go. So then we see another segment with Kelly, and she's still upset about being on the block, but her and Jimmy are talking, and Jimmy's kind of like, you got a way of just saying all the wrong things at the wrong times. And this is not the time for her to be saying this crazy stuff when you need these people to vote to keep you, ma'am. She keeps reminding people that Zach won the $10,000, like putting a target on him. Then she like awkwardly congratulates Jimmy and Keanu for making up after their fight. It's so weird. She calls the guys that are working out the dumbbells. Like, what are you doing? What are you doing? Like, social game is in the trash. I mean, strategy in the trash. Yeah, put me on the block. Kelly, girl, get it together, please. Get it together. So then we get this little moment in the episode where they show all the house guests sleeping, and they show the mastermind coming into the house and oogling over this safe and basically letting us know that he will be back to wreak more havoc on the house guests. And I'm here for it. So then we start seeing people campaigning against Zay. So we see Morgan and Rachel talking. Then we see Morgan and Mickey talking, and they're basically campaigning to try to get Zay out of this house. So with all this campaigning going on to try to get Zay out, Zay starts realizing that Rachel's behind all of it, and he's like, man, if I'm gonna have a fighting chance in this house, I gotta counteract this and I gotta stand up to Rachel. So he says something to her like, the people who vote against me, I will put them up if I'm the HOH. Obviously, you're gonna vote against me because you want Amy, so you could be in that group of people. And Rachel was like, are you speaking to me? Because I know you're not talking to me. You're threatening to put me up. And she said, if you come for the queen, you better be careful because you might be beheaded. You don't threaten Rachel Riley. She was not playing that, all right? If looks, and you know the rest, Zay would have been beheaded, okay? Okay, Rachel was not having it. Then after that exchange, he tries to smooth it over and try to give her a hug or something.
Are you kidding me? Wrong move, biatch.
She's like, oh no, game on, Zay. And she means that. It's like, sir, have you ever watched Rachel play? You picked the right one. That's all I gotta say. So now we are finally at the moment in the episode where we are at the BB Blockbuster. So to win this game, they had to unscramble these clues and then find the object in the room. So obviously it's Zay, Kelly, and Amy that are playing in the BB Blockbuster, so one of them can come down off the block. And Kelly pulls out the victory, and honestly, I'm so happy for her because I don't know why she would volunteer to be on this block. That was just crazy. So anyway, she pulls herself off the block, so now we still have Amy and Zay on the block, and they don't have much time to campaign a little bit more and try to get votes because this is a live show. So now it's time for the live vote and eviction. So in their speeches, Amy, she made her plea that she wanted to stay and play, basically saying that Zay is a bigger competitor than her. So keep me, basically, was her whole speech. And Zay, he got up there and he doubled down on, if y'all keep me, I'm gunning for Rachel. And Rachel obviously was angry. She stared daggers in that boy. So then they go in and they start voting. And when it's all said and done, there was a vote of 9-5. So we had Kelly, Zach, Adrian, Keanu, and Will all voted to evict Amy. So the other people voted to evict Zay. So Zay was ultimately evicted. So yeah, so that was pretty much it. That was the episode. So you guys let me know what y'all thought about the episode in the comments down below. Thank you so much for watching. If you want more videos like this, please subscribe. If you like this video, please hit the like.
Flirters, you better grab a life vest. Kristen.